Now, when you look at what I'm sharing with you at the moment, you can see we are on the home page of Royal Q. And I always say to people, let's read, for instance. And even when you check on top here, you see the heading shows you that is a home page. This is the interface, and there are a lot of pages that you will go into this platform, and you're going to learn a whole lot of things. As you can see, we have a more here page, button, where when you click here, it will explode and you'll have extra things like this. Asset, you need to know what asset is. Asset is where you send your gas money. Your gas money, and then that is money for fuel. Whenever the robot generates a profit for you, it's going to deduct part of its profit sharing from there. So it's important that you know all these things. So you came into this business, ladies and gentlemen, because you want to make money out of this. So now it's important that you walk through the platform, check different things, and ask yourself, what is it that you understand and what is it that you don't as yet? And then get ready to learn, for instance, and you will see that there's just so much more within the app that is going to help you understand the business better and even have a deeper enlightenment about the blockchain and so forth. So now you can see there are rewards details here. We'll have time to log into all these aspects. And then there's a mentor program here. That is if you need a mentor. There are people who come into Royal Q business and you'll find that they do not have someone that they can engage with. Maybe they signed up online or what. They didn't use, say, a referral link. Even though they might have used a referral link, you find that the person that brought them on board is really not that available to engage them and so forth. They have the ability to look for a mentor within the community. And then that mentor is going to be remunerated, so to speak. It's going to be receiving bonuses for transactions as they take place according to the system. Everything is done systematically. And then you also have a user guide here. User guide, it's where you will receive information about anything you want to know within the app. There are a lot of things that you're going to learn inside Royal Q. Like everything that I know myself, I learn from within the app. I go into the app and I read and I understand how things are done and so forth. And that's the reason why we don't have official representatives by Royal Q taking us through the execution platform, teaching us things and so forth. No, this is a business that you have to interact with it yourself. It's a faceless business, so to speak. You don't need to go and stand in front of somebody, look at them eyeball to eyeball, so that they can show you everything into detail, for instance. You really don't need that with this business. That is if you are able to read and understand what you're reading and then implement the knowledge, and you're going to just achieve amazing results out of this. And not only that, you can see also that there's an invitation space for friends, for instance. You can see here that you can invite friends. Those are your acquaintances, people that you know and that may be interested in this. You are here because somebody shared this good news with you. And not only that, can you see here that just on the home page, a lot of information we are receiving. Can you see here that somebody just made 0.82%? That is profit. That's what they've profited from this particular market, which is Matic. So every now and then, and you don't know whether the person was scalping or it's a 1% take profit ratio that the board actually triggered or what, we don't know. But this is their email address, how it appears. It starts with IN and then obviously .com. It could be Gmail, for instance. So now this is what is happening. Every now and then, when there's a profit that has been triggered, the system is just showing randomly. If transactions are moving faster, you'll just see that this is highlighting faster, also moving those transactions. So now we go to revenue. When we come to revenue here, business partners, you will get information about the profits that gets generated on the exchange side. On the top left corner, you can see here, on the top left corner, you can see that we have a down arrow there. And then when you click it, a drop-down list will appear showing you exchanges that you can trade from, where you can keep your capital and connect Royal Q, so that you enjoy buying low, selling high through this execution platform. You can see Binance there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It means at the moment we have 6 exchanges. We used to have Coinbase, but was delisted because not much liquidity there. For a lot of coins that we are trading in Binance are not there in Coinbase because of America's regulations and so forth. So now here you can see this particular account trades from Binance. However, you are able to trade from all of these exchanges simultaneously with that subscription of 120 US dollars. You are able to link all of these exchanges. That is, if there's a need for you to have all these exchanges, for instance. So you can connect maybe HTX, you can connect maybe Kraken, Bybit, OKX, and so forth. And then the system is able to, that is if you want to diversify, maybe keeping your capital in a different platform, for instance, platforms, you are able to do that. So now let's click on revenue. Like I said, you are on revenue now. Being on revenue, you are able to see how the system is generating profits for you. And this information you see here, it is in your exchange. You see here, these are not assets. These are just details. This is just the report of how much the board has made in your exchange, or in your exchanges. That is, if you trade in more than one exchange. Ever since you performed API binding, that is linking your application to your exchange, then everything is going to be appearing here gradually. From the day you started trading with your system, the system will be giving you information. It will giving you your accumulative profit or total revenue. You know, that is what the board has been responsible for. It keeps on being added here, but this could be in different exchanges if you're using more than one. But in this case, for this particular account, trading takes place only on the Binance side. Like for instance, you can see that as of today, being the 10th, as according to South Africa time, $25.62 was generated there. And you can even be able to click on it and then check how was that money generated, which is around 473. That is around 478, I beg your pardon, 478 rands and 61 cents. That is just approximately equals to like that. So now, when you look at where and how this was generated, you are able to check here on the spot. We are trading from spot market. You can see $3 here was generated from comp USDT. You are able to trace going down. You will see more information, like Gala collected some profit there, and then WRX collected some profit there. These are the one shots that I spoke of. Was it last night? We spoke of trading one shots, and I think what we should do is let's go back and take another trade of one shot as we go through this, explaining what we are doing, but we are also trading at the same time. Let's take a trade while we are here, and then we talk, and while we know that the system is running on the other side. So with those one shots, At the moment, let's check. We have on homepage accounts that have done so well. Like for instance, I don't know if for those of you who are observant in trading, have you seen that a coin can be on top like this, ARB for instance? It can be on top there. The same coin that is 18% in the positive can still go to 30%, for instance. So which means you still stand an opportunity to get something from that particular coin. However, that does not necessarily mean that it will still pump, you know. It all depends on people who are buying or selling that particular asset, for instance. So even yourself have an understanding that you are coming into a space where market can either pump or dump. Market can go up or the market can fall. So if it goes up after you've entered, and then there will be appreciation of that asset. If it goes down, there will be depreciation. It means there will be reduction of the value of the quantity that you would have acquired or bought through the application, through Royal Q, for instance. And even when that happens, it's not the end of trading. No, that particular crypto that you bought with a certain amount of money, it's going to be held by your robot, and then the robot can even be buying more of that quantity or of that particular asset, thereby increasing the quantity of it. And that's what we call DCA. This is what we call DCA. That is dollar cost averaging. It means as the value of the cryptocurrency drops, as the value of the cryptocurrency decreases, as the price becomes lesser than what it was, the robot is going to buy some more crypto of that very coin, thereby increasing the quantity for you, and then creating another average price for the asset that you have already acquired. And then when a new average price is created after a new purchase, what happens is the gap between market price or the current price and your average price becomes lesser. And when that happens, it means you become so much closer to going into profit with your asset. And this is the best way of trading cryptocurrencies. I'm going to show you through a running trade, for instance. So at the moment, I want us to go into a trade and take one shot so that as we talk, we know there's a trade running, and then I'm going to be selecting that now. So like for instance, there are a lot of coins here. It's up to you which one. Look at ETH, Ether. Like it runs on Ethereum blockchain. This is the native coin of Ethereum. Ethereum is blockchain, and then its native coin is ETH. Bitcoin, it's a coin, but it has got its own blockchain, for instance. So now with Ether or ETH, you can still call it Ethereum. It's understandable. Here it is. You can see which is the second largest cryptocurrency globally. And this is something very powerful because of the market cap. Its market cap, look, it's 7%. Now look at what is happening here. Can you see that cryptocurrencies can pump more or less at the same time? Look at this. Imagine they all make 7% plus. Can you see that? 7% plus. AAV, Uni, and MDX, ZAC, they show us 7% plus, all of them. Can you see that you may not have that luxury of saying, I will trade this one first, and when I come out, I'll go to another one, and so forth. Which means if they pump like this at the same time, they also have potential to drop at the same time. Can you see that? So which means it's not always a good idea to trade a whole lot of coins at the same time, because when they go down, they can go down or fall at the same time, and then thereby making you unable to utilize the amount of money that will be trapped into all those coins, because you will be in a negative return rate, or you'll be in a floating loss for those positions. And if you've been trading so many coins at the same time and there's not extra USDT or liquidity for you to take advantage in trading other coins and so forth, it may not be enjoyable. And I'm telling you, you can also be down into so many coins within the same week or day or two. All of those coins can come out. But as they come out, then it means now you'll have to change your trading system or strategy or approach. And that happens. There are seasons in the crypto space whereby all coins will just be up, and everybody, no matter the strategy you will be utilizing, you'll just realize that you're making money left, right, and center. Any coin, your trade is just vomiting dollars for you, just like that. And that can make you feel like you are the best. The truth of the matter is, it's not about an individual as such. It's all about when markets are saying yes, a lot of money is going to be made out of the market. So now look at what transpired there. So now if you are only trading MDX, it means you'll just be benefiting from that MDX and so forth. So now what we want to do, we want to now select a coin that we're going to make one shot on, and then we go into that coin, and then, well, as we are busy with other things, the trade is running, for instance. That's what we want to do at the moment. So I don't know if there's somebody who would like us to trade a certain coin. I will go into it, and then so that you don't think that I'm using a certain skill to select. It shouldn't be like that. So we're trying to have an interactive session so that even yourself in the comfort of your own space, whether at home or you're at work, anywhere you find yourself, for instance, with your smartphone, you should be able to go into a coin and trade that coin, get some profits from it as it happens. So I would like you to select a coin. We'll look into it, and then we take our one shot there, and then we touch other things. Please, let's make it interactive. You are here. Feel free to unmute and then help me select a coin. Which coin do you think I must go for? You don't need to have a reason for that, for instance. It could be because perhaps you like it, and then I will go into it, quickly look at it, and then start a trade. And then I'll just show you a few things, for instance. All these coins you see, look now, they are mostly in the green. What does that mean? It means there's been some growth. There's been some appreciation in the value of those coins as per the change column there. As per the change column, all these coins have gone up. All these coins have gone up. So you don't need some rocket science to selecting a coin and so forth. I always say that trading is more of an art than science. So that is why even when someone have never been to school, but they become successful traders, simply because they understand their psychology is in good space, for instance. They understand what is happening, and they trade with peace of mind. They go into coins, and they're not emotionally attached to what is happening in the markets, and they're just enjoying the business of trading, and they share the opportunity with other people. And then we have other people who are too analytical, and people who are just analyzing everything, and their minds even end up being just paralyzed by too much analysis. Even when you say, hey, Bitcoin will hit more than 100,000 US dollars, it's like now they try to connect the dots, and they can't understand what is happening. And in the process of that, they miss out on an opportunity to make money. They end up not trading that coin, and they end up also not sharing this opportunity with someone else, because they just don't understand how possible is it that people can make money through their smartphones and so forth. Just like I'm giving an example. Here's Mana, for instance. It's now on 3%. This coin, you can come back, you see that it's on 8%. Why didn't you trade it? If you had money to trade. It's at the moment on 3%. You can check 5%, 6%. You could have collected some profit from it, and you didn't. And yes, you can select a coin and it falls. But that is not a train smash. It's part of trading. Markets are either pumping or markets are falling. You see, they go up and down like that. The board will always give you an opportunity to sell in a profit. It will never sell at the loss. You are trading in the spot market. So we don't incur some losses and so forth. No, we don't. So you have an opportunity to make money from trading. So what does that mean? Encourage yourself to be hands-on, connect, and then select a coin and then let the board run with it and understand what is happening on that particular coin, for instance. You may see, okay, yes, I see, Katlego, you are unmuted.
Yeah, I was saying that can we check Ethereum? Can we check Ethereum?
Okay, thank you, sir. So ETH, and then, so let's quickly go there. ETH, here we are. Look at why it is. You remember, Katlego, earlier, what percentage was it at? Oh, it was on 7.
Yes, it was on 7%.
Okay, now it's fine. Well, now we are going into Ether there, or Ethereum, and then when I click on it, Royal Q shows me a chart. At the moment, it is on a daily chart. It is on a daily chart. And like I said to you, you can see it's on 6%. It doesn't mean it cannot pump to 10%. I mean, after all, ladies and gentlemen, we are now moving towards Bitcoin halving. We know 2024, 2025, it's going to be the biggest time in the crypto space compared to what we have seen in the past. So a lot is going to be happening in our blockchain industry, because a lot of money is coming into blockchain projects and so forth. So big institutions of money are coming to invest into a lot of crypto projects and so forth. And what does that mean? More liquidity. It means a lot of people will be liquid to buy, and we'll see prices go up and like that. Just like Bitcoin has a limited supply. Those who come to participate into Bitcoin now, they're coming to buy an asset that it's not in abundance, for instance. And that is going to put pressure on the demand of the coin, and the price will just literally shoot up. Even when the halving takes place, it means the rewards to miners is going to be reduced. So the pressure is going to increase and the price is going to shoot up, and a lot of altcoins will follow suit. So more money is going to be made. So you are here, you want to trade this particular ETH, for instance. Although you see, you could have entered here, but hey, even though it's here, it can still pump further, for instance, because there's a lot of positivity that is going on in the space. However, I won't stop here. I'm going to click here and show you on the weekly chart, for instance. I'm showing you on the weekly chart. Let's check. You can see on the weekly chart also what is happening on the weekly chart, that the price for some weeks now, it's been moving around this level. It's been moving around this. It's possible that it can drop, but it is possible that it can pump further after this minor consolidation in this area, for instance. The price can continue to go up. And then what you see here will be future support, for instance. So now let's quickly go into other, and this is ETH. It doesn't just dump anyhow. No. It doesn't just fall anyhow. It's very rare where you can see ETH falling like more than 20%, 30% in a week, for instance. No, it doesn't do that. You trade this kind of coin, you do it with peace of mind. Let's check on an hourly time frame, for instance. Look on an hourly time frame. You can see also how the coin it's been. So I'm going to go into this. I'm going to trade it because of it is the coin that I know it's good, for instance. And when I go into it, I go into this coin with peace of mind. I click on create there. I select Martingale strategy board. We are using Martingale strategy board. I create at the bottom then. And then Martingale strategy board, you can see on top there, they are telling you that this board is self-explanatory. It's guiding you every step of the way. Even yourself, as you interact with us in the groups or directly with your sponsor or myself or anybody in our team, Take a screenshot of where you are at and then explain what is it that perhaps you don't understand. You see? So now we are creating a bot. You know, a bot is just a computer program. It's a software. This is a robot that executes, that performs trades for you in your exchange, for instance. So we are giving instructions to this bot or to this robot, to this program, to perform some tasks for us on the exchange side. And we are simply using the software to do that. And that's the reason why we paid that 120 USDT for the trading to be carried out for us on the exchange side by this application. Now, look at this. Nah? It's martingale strategy bot. And then here on top, you may choose to sync with a circle or a create your own strategy. So we are not doing circle. Circle here are the traders who do what? Traders who show people. Or who create strategies for people, for instance, that if you trade with this amount of money, select this strategy or something of that nature. Or if you follow my method of trading, what you need to do is you need to have this amount of money and so forth. See? They will give you an instruction. Let's say if you want to trade with them, you will need to have, say, maybe $500 per coin. You can call them copy traders, for instance. Some they may need $300, some 1,000, some 1,500, and so forth. We do have circle traders in the business, and I don't follow them because we can do these things ourselves, for instance. So that is where even the bot is telling you on top there that you can follow someone, you can copy someone, or you can create your own strategy. You create your own strategy according to what you have, for instance. If you follow somebody, if you copy a professional trader, for instance, so this is where you're going to be selecting next, where they tell you nicely, choose a circle owner to sync your strategy, you know, automatic sync strategy. This is what they're explaining to you. And then I will click that page and show you what is happening there. And then at the bottom here, can you see? You can now, here, the bottom next there, they say, feel free to create your own strategy, more flexibility. Who doesn't want flexibility? So we go with next at the bottom there. Now, when I go to next at the bottom, Katlego, you can see that we are still on that coin of Ether or Ethereum, like you said, and then we are still there. That is ETH USDT. That is the pair we are trading. But now we are still getting our parameters right. If you check at the bottom here, we have trade settings. You know, we are not starting yet. We need to apply the settings. And as you can check here, there's zero position amount and also zero position quantity because we are not holding ETH as yet. We are not holding Ethereum or Ether. It's not there as yet. We have not started trading. However, we have a market price. We have a market price which is at the moment $2,427.90 there. This is a current price. Current price simply mean it means a market price, for instance. That's what is happening. So at the bottom of this page, the page where we are at now, it's called a transaction page, business partners. So now when you go to the bottom of this page, you can see also that we do not have parameters. Can you see? We do not have parameters. We don't have first buying amount. We don't have margin call limits. We have nothing. Everything zero here, which means we can't even make an attempt to start the trade because there's no information about trading. So what do we do now? We come out and then we click on trade setting at the bottom left. I click on trade setting, and what do you see? You can see that we have a trade settings page on top here, the heading trade settings, where you can use Smart Create. Smart Create, you will not need to do anything yourself, for instance. You will not need to input your parameters and so forth. You'll just need to start the trade. Already the system has placed first buying amount for you. You already have 7 numbers of positions there. That is the max that you have, which is numbers of margin call. You already have there. And then sell after increasing. You see, this is a take profit target. Can you see that? Increasing meaning after appreciation, after the cryptocurrency you bought has increased by 1.3%, the robot is going to sell. You see how beautiful that is? And then, so all these things have been set for you under Smart Create. That is where I always say to people that Royal Q, it's not difficult. It's a question of affordability, for instance. So to trade with this particular strategy, you will need to have around 3,300, just around there. I don't have the exact figure exactly. We can calculate it. And I think tomorrow I will give you that. It's around 3,300, somewhere there, to trade with Royal Q's Smart Create, for instance. So now let's leave this one, and then let's come to manually create. Why do we opt for manually create? Because we have a certain amount of capital that we want to expose to the ETH, for instance. At the moment, is that one of around 200 US dollars, for instance, the one shot that we created. So that is there already. So I click on manually create. When you click on manually create, you will see that you have choose a strategy setting. Can you see here? Choose a strategy setting. So I'm encouraging people to read. Can you see on the left of choose a strategy setting, it says my template. Can you see that? There's my template. It means we created a template for ourselves so that every time when we go into a coin, we don't need to start creating settings from the scratch. Like you saw on ETH, there are no, we don't have first buying amount, we don't have percentages, we don't have numbers of margin call and so forth. We don't have those things. Welcome, Patricia. That is Morewahai. You are welcome. So now, quickly going out with a, I just want to quickly show you what I'm talking about. Look here, manually create at the bottom here. You see, we don't have first buying amounts. We don't have here. We don't have when we selected this. We don't have first buying amount. We have nothing, for instance. Take profit percentage, it's not there yet. So, but when we click on trade setting at the bottom left, manually create, and go into the template that we have already created, we now are able to come here. This is my strategy setting. So now that template, after clicking on the yellow button there that said choose a strategy setting, I am now able to come here. I want to use this. I've previously created this, so I don't need to go and start placing things from the scratch and so forth. No. I've created. That is WRX, for instance. We'll check it took profit through the same one shot, for instance. That is why it is no longer there. It collected profit and it's out. Now let's go with this, and then I'm just going to click anywhere here. It is going to be selected. It is selected. Now you can see we have a first buying amount. Now you can see we have a first buying amount. First buying amount, business partners, simply mean that the robot will first go into the market of ETH. That is Ethereum or Ether. It's going to buy Ethereum that is worth $12 or 12 USDT. So just like when someone, hey, how much minimum do I need to trade? Literally, you can start with minimum $12, is it? But obviously, you cannot become successful within a reasonable space of time trading with just $12, right? You need to take the business seriously and also take yourself seriously and increase your trading capital so that you get substance out of your trading business. So now here, that is the first buying amount. And then we will be buying what? We are buying Ethereum with USDT. The first one is going to be $12. And then, but we also have margin call limit. Margin call limit here are 7 in total. So when you scroll to the bottom, you can see that you have a save button there, a save button. Just simply by selecting my strategy setting, that template that had been created. When you come on board to start trading for the first time, we're going to help you create your own template according to which is your own strategy, according to your trading capital. If you are trading with, say for instance, with $100, we're going to create settings that are going to accommodate your $100 in trading, for instance. We're going to do that. So now quickly, we go and then click save. Like for instance, you can see here, we have 5%. I'm not explaining trade settings on this particular session. So, but I'm just showing you how easy it is to select a coin. Whole position take profit ratio, it means it is the increase that we spoke of earlier, that when the asset that the robot would have acquired for you has increased by 5%, the robot is going to sell. That is simply what it means there. So let's click save. Do you want to save it? That is a pop-up message there. And then I confirm, yes, I do want to save. And then before you start your trade at the bottom, make sure that this has been attended to. Remember, we use sub-bin mode real-time settlement. We have 3 modes under which you can trade cryptocurrencies in Royal Q on this particular martingale strategy. Let's go. I come here and then I select sub-bin mode real-time settlement. So in this case, it means positions will be sold, and from position number 5 going up, they will be buying and selling individually before even the whole position actually goes into profit. So we'll have time to explain this nicely to you, what is a whole warehouse mode and what is sub-bin mode and so forth. We'll have time to explain this to you. So now quickly, I'm just going to confirm because I want our signature always trades under sub-bin mode real-time settlement. So let's click and then confirm. Now we've done that. So I click on start because I want the trade to run now. I want the trade to run. Now the trade has started running. That's it. So it will, now the bot will keep on buying for other margin calls and so forth. But what makes me happy is that we have taken the trade. Now we can be busy talking, doing other things and so forth, while we know that our ETH, our Ethereum, as per Katlego's request there, it's running. Here it is. It's running at the moment. It has 23.88. You can round it off to $24, for instance. It's running. There it is. So we can push other things, talk, engage, as we know that our one shot on that particular coin, it's running. And that is trading. You will not grow in the business of trading until you get involved, until you take the first trade, for instance. So it's important, business partners, that you practice, you implement, and then you try and check what is happening. You see, the robot is trading. Look at what is happening here. You see, now the robot has put how much? $47 while we are watching, for instance. It has put $47 into this according to the template, according to the strategy that has been set for this particular method of trading, for instance. There are different styles of trading in Royal Q. That is why there are people who make big monies on daily basis, because they are into the business of trading big time. For instance, look now, $71.63 has already been put into the Ethereum there. It's the robot buying for you. When you see return rate going up by that plus 5%, the robot is going to sell as a whole, for instance, and profit will be collected for you. And I said to you, when you click on home at the bottom left there, the same coin that you saw that it was having a smaller percentage, it will later have a bigger percentage. And now you'll wonder, why is it that you didn't actually participate? You didn't get on board and so forth. Now, look, the one that we saw earlier, that was around 17%. Now it's on 19%. It means 2 more percentages were added to that. The same coin that is on 19, you can see it on 25%. But as you trade, you're going to develop a certain urge over these coins, and you will know which coin you can avoid and all those kind of stuff, because experience is the best teacher. So thank you so much for tonight. So the more you attend, the more you learn, you will now begin to develop your own trading method or strategy or style according to your lifestyle, according to the way you view things and you relate to the business of making money. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no limit to what you can achieve with trading at all. There is no limit at all. Let's check if were the other positions. No, I thought maybe other positions could have taken profits and so forth, but not as yet on those that are running currently. So I've been busy offline for the whole day. It is now that I'm just connecting for this particular session, but trades are running. Trades are running, and it's the robot that is doing what? Buying and selling for you according to the coins that you have selected, for instance. So thank you so much for your time tonight. If you have a question, please feel free to ask.
Leader KG, I wanted to ask if you can afford maybe have a chunk amount of money, a huge sum, to be able to actually use both strategies, the smart strategy and the martingale strategy.